ya? Hey, Lizzie. Greetings, Beanie Goddess. Hello. Ike, I see you giving us the mystery, the dark background, kind of ominous. I'm feeling it. It's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. Mary Lee Johnson. Oh my gosh. That's a face I haven't seen in so long. So good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back, Gemini Fox. I don't know that we've had the pleasure, but I'm looking forward to it if we haven't. Mr. Tezezomo in the place. Yes, peace to you too, my brother. Peace to you. For those of you who are coming in, shout out to our Facebook and our Twitter and our YouTube family who are joining us in the Zoom room with the boxes. I am your host for the evening, Ray Jane. This is the Thursday night online open mic. The way that we start the show, some of you might have noticed already, I'm usually greeting you, making sure you know that you are welcome here, and making sure someone has said your name in the room, so you know that you are home. All right. In the meantime, I will also be dropping the guaranteed list in the chat so you guys can take a look. Where do you stand? Did I make it? Did I get on? Right? Did I get on there? And if you didn't, don't freak out. It's okay. We have such a thing as the good luck round here. Okay. So we'll get into what that is. But if you don't see your name there and you are in the Zoom room with me, send me a little Zoom DM. Okay. Just let me know you want to get down with the good luck round. We'll make it happen for you. Okay. So while y'all are figuring that out, taking a look, and don't worry, I'll drop the list a few more times just to make sure as people are coming in that nobody has missed it. Okay, I'm still going to go back to greeting y'all. All right, Michael Sindler, I see you. The hair is in full effect as always. Appreciate you for being here with us. Mark Colby, glad to have you back. Yes, that's right. Put the fist up. You know what it is, Mark. Gustav with the gusto. Da 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 da. Loving it, loving it. Propaganda poet, I see you. I see you on the list as well, my brother. I'm looking forward to it. And Goma, you know I got you. Greetings to you, Baba. Glad to have you. First person on the good luck round. Absolutely. Unmesh. Shout out to you, our brother from India. We international, boo. Okay, we got Roll James in the building with us. Catman Bill. I see he's getting geared up. I'm just imagining there's some music coming our way. I'm all the way here for it. Sunshine, what's up? Okay, we got it going in here. Generalissimo, Natalia, and Shaki G. All right, I have touched all of your names with my energy, and I'm so, so happy to have you here. Please do, if you haven't already. Yes, Shaki will put you on the good luck round as well. Please do check out the chat. Make sure you greet each other, right? We want to make sure everybody knows this is a safe and warm place to be. So where are we, right? This is the Thursday night online open mic, folks. So get excited, all right? This is where we've made it. There we go. Michael Sendler's giving us the spirit fingers. Okay, I'm very here for it. Thank you. So again, I am your host for the evening. My name is It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE. If you like my vibe or you just want to know, well, how do I get down with the list next week? You can follow me on Instagram at that same thing. And certainly how people get down is usually for the Thursday night online open mic, just like for the Monday night online open mic. The sign up for the guaranteed list is 24 hours ahead of time at theneweurekan.org. But if you forget, which sometimes happens, you show up and we have usually 5 to 10 slots available called the good luck round. We try to get you in. I try to be honest about whether or not we have space, and I just ask that you have peace and patience with us as we try to make it happen. Sometimes we get a little low on time, so those folks who do end up on the good luck round, we ask you to try for shorter pieces if you can. If you see time is booming and I tell you so, then we can go a little bit longer. But just so you have a heads up. Either way, we are excited to have you all here. Usually each person on the list is presenting to us with some form of music, poetry, comedy, and trying to keep your pieces to about 3 minutes. We usually go with the flow here, but we try to also squeeze in as many people on that good luck round as possible, okay? So So if you are performing tonight, welcome, first and foremost. Don't be nervous. Second of all, well, if you're nervous, that's okay. Bring that with you. And please put your pronouns, your IG handles in the boxes with you so we know how to pronounce you properly here, okay? Also, if this is your side hustle or your real hustle, and you make a little money off of your artistry or all your money off of it, and you would like for us to have an opportunity to support you, if you got a book, if you got a website, please be prepared to put that in the chat with your Venmo, your PayPal link. Let us put 5 on it, all right? Just give us a chance, okay? This is the Zoomverse, right? It's a technical situation. So technically, shit happens. So if your Zoom goes down, you get a little crazy, don't worry. Just jump off, jump back on. Let me know you're back, and we will try to get to you so that we can hear the entirety of what you've got to say. What you have to say is important here. What everyone has to say is important here. So the only way that we can keep this space safe is our number one rule is respect is a must. Okay, this is not a competitive space. This is a compassionate space. Okay. So we're not going to be tolerating no hateful content, no foolishness, nothing of the sort. So if you feel uncomfortable as well, because it's only 2 eyes here, and Ron Mark Thompson, shout out to you, producing us in the background, holding us down, RMT if you know me, otherwise known as, okay? We will give you the boot if you get cute. We don't want to do that, but we will. To keep this space safe, we will do what we have to do, and we ask for your help in doing so. Speaking of help in doing so, we are here with a safe and free space, not free 99, not free 98, free, okay? And we are only able to do that week in and week out because of the sponsorship that we have. So let me take a second and pay our bills, okay? So special thanks to the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust. Shout out to y'all, and thank you so much for giving us what we need to make this space available to you every week at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday night. So without further ado, we done talked it up. Oh my gosh, let's get to it, right? So the first artist to bless the stage is Deadpan Lizzie. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you. Beanie blessings to you, Ragin, our community. As Ragin likes to call me on books. I got some books. If you want a book, DM me. Find me on IG, ES_Strauss, and I will happily sign a book for you. So I'm not wearing a beanie for a specific reason. Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of my grandmother's passing. And so I might be a little silent this weekend as I grieve, but I'm here with our family tonight. And I wrote a 9x9 panku to honor her because my grandmother told wonderful oral histories about her lineage from Galicia. And that made me realize she kind of gifted that to me as I'm a spoken word artist. So this poem is, or 9x9 panku, is titled My Entire Identity. And I'm not wearing the beanie because she didn't really like beanies. Our ancestors knew we were intertwined with linguistics and storytelling. It makes perfect sense to me, given you taught me how to read. You held my hand for 3 decades as I turned my pen. I finally found myself through you, an eternal blessing. The oral histories you easily recited to our kin, translated from Grand Street over to East 3rd, between Avenues B and C. When I stand on my holy stage, I feel completely at ease. Danke schön, Grandma. Thank you.
Beautiful, Lizzie, beautiful. Thank you for sharing your grandmother with us and keeping her alive indefinitely with your work. She's now immortal, which is pretty cool, right? Please unmute yourselves and give Lizzie some love.
Thinking about you, Lizzie. That was such a nice
Condolences.
Thank you very much, fam.
Yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful, including the
More power to her memory.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are very welcome. And thank you. That was wonderful. All right. It seems as though she's passed down some storytelling gifts to you that we get to be blessed by. What a wonderful thing is that, right? So, from one storyteller who we adore to the next, this particular storyteller has some lovely hair. And he doesn't want me to say that. Look at him. Look at him. But it's okay. This is how it goes. You showed up, Michael. You showed up. All right. Michael Sindler, please unmute yourself. Glad to see you.
Maybe I should start wearing the beanies. That is a really great point you made, though, that it is such a special thing to know that you're sharing, that you're the recipient of what came down to you, and that was so beautiful that you did that. Really, really appreciate that, and I'm sure she does wherever she is. I'm going to try and do a couple real quick. This first one is pick the pepper from the stew. I tried to pick the pepper from the stew so I could sprinkle it on something new, but you can't pull a seasoning from the past and put it on the tongue or on the plate. Once it dissolves, it simply will not wait. Its subtle fragrance is too delicate to last. The precious saffron blossom of desire turns bitter when held too close to fire, a waste of effort for the farmer and the chef. The rows of spices resting in clear jars, voices of flavor plucked from near and far, trapped too long, become a song without a breath. I tried to hang a picture in the air, hoping that it would return my stare, but the gravity of the moment let me down. What remains in time is invisible, and yet we think we see just what we want to get. Leaping to reach, we only touch the ground. The portrait we remember posing for, time spent that once seemed such a chore, an image precious if only half remembered. Days and weeks waiting for paint to dry, shadowed ghosts reflected in our eyes, or a lost map to unrecoverable treasure. I tried to distill wine from vinegar. The astringent, bitter taste had no allure, but at least there is some sweet left in the sour. I tried to pick the pepper from the stew so I could sprinkle it on something new. Delicacies stay fresh for but a fleeting hour. Okay, and I'll do one more called Let's Go of Together. I've had to let go of together. No space reserved for reunion. Love can still hang in balance. It can hover without anchor, but it will not lash together. It will not bind proximity. It will not reweave torn skein. I've had to rethink and remember. Treasure held gently is less likely to crumble. A song on wind, wings where it wishes. Record too oft plays back, sounds scratched with static. Tune tastes like smack to an addict. To hold close is to invite overdose. I've had to let go of together. I've had to make room for forever. I've had to let what is be all right. To empty the closet of regrets, to throw away everything that no longer fits. Let charity take what cannot be held, what should not be shelved, to release, to resolve, to remember. Love is not attachment. I've had to let go of together. Okay, thanks. Great to be here and yet another wonderful year with all of y'all.
Ooh, two beautiful pieces. You got me with to hold close is to invite overdose. Woo! Talk about it. Please unmute yourselves and give Michael some love.
That was fucking brilliant, Michael. Yeah.
Michael, amazing and incredible.
Really. To hold close is to invite overdose. I love it.
Goodness, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, for being here, for returning to us, for not covering that hair with a beanie. You know better than that. Don't you play with me, Michael. Okay. You know how much we love you. All right. Next person up who we also love very much, and I think he might be reciting a poem or singing to us. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Mr. Tezazomo, please unmute yourself.
Hey, Ray Jane. I will be storytelling today. So I gotta jump right in. Gashes 2019 on Instagram. And I gotta jump in because I got a lot. P22 and the Hunger of Territory. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ooh, eh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ooh, eh. Hey ya, ooh, eh. The Shumash welcome song brought to us by grandfather Semu. This song came to him in a dream. And when he woke, went outside, told everyone to gather and learn this song. It's the song that will bring the spirits in. This will be the first song the Shumash people will sing whenever they gather. Such was the song that welcomed P22 on December 17, 2022. P22 was greeted into the spirit world by the local Southern California First Nations. The mountain lion was euthanized by wildlife officials who captured him for chowing on chihuahuas, the high-end designer Hollywood Hills kind, from signs of hunger distress. This was a fate his ancestors had earned from mythic creation. A long time ago, Mountain Lion was a short, stocky person. I'm sure you didn't guess that. But he stuck up on Old Man while he slept and ate the remainder of his barbecued squirrels. The Old Man had tracked him down while he dreamt. Otherwise, Old Man would have not been able to catch him by the tail the way he was holding him. Back then, it was a much smaller tail. Mountain Lion was scared. Spare me, Old Man. You were full and I was hungry. Old Man was more angry than when he woke, because he had to travel far and on his hands and knees. I'll show you. I'll teach you. I'll fix you right now. Steal from me, will you? Steal from the man that made you. Unite prowling rascals, said Old Man. Old Man put his foot behind the mountain lion's head, pulled the tail hard and long, stretching him to great lengths, dragged him to the fire, rolled him in the hot ashes, singed his robe till it looked like burnt hair. He stuck the lion's nose against the burnt logs and blackened it. That's why his face looks as it does today. Old Man finally cursed Mountain Lion, it will take more food to keep you going. You will have to work harder. P22 inherited the maintenance of territory to satisfy its new long and lean body. Ethology, the science of animal behavior, has heterotopic territory as social graphical spatiality, which animals defend against competition against animals of other species using agonistic behaviors, or less commonly physical aggression. In contrast to humans who edged out an excess of freedom from the need of territory and unruliness, wild, irrational access to violent freedom, something animals don't have. The reason Kant says animals need no education and humans need to have their nature educated against excess, nature turned against itself. This is what animals see in humans. P22, born circa 2010 on the western part of the Santa Monica Mountains, fathered by P001, an unnamed female, overcoming two major obstacles that most Angelenos peril, the 405 and the 101. Marking a territory of reservation, the smallest ever, 9 square miles, too small for an adult cat by a factor of 31, and no mating apps to ever find a mate. Griffith Park, the donation of magnet miner and wife beater Griffith J. Griffith, a mountain peak compared to Central Park in New York City and Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, but much larger, more wild, rigidly rugged, and home to the Hollywood sign. A feral felines rustic reservation, the remnants of marine and non-marine neogene, quaternity sediments from the lower, middle, and upper Topanga, as well as the Monterey and San Fernando formations, bedding, burying ossified fossil striated stratas of late Miocene intrusive rock, cleaved, dike, purple gray, decitic, extrusive rock, geological faulty that perhaps old man stretched, lean, blunted like the mountain lion itself. The liberal laddering of California chaparral, the potpourri, southern coastal purple, black, white sage scrub, the drought-resistant manzanita ironwood with their toothsome white bonnet blossoms, the colonial camphor, eucalyptus, bay, and laurel trees, on real riparian gashes, creating caustic, pungent predator and wasted woody oak acorns with their frothing worms, blotting black wild walnuts, and swarthy sworn sword furrow ferns. Aside from the 2016 Killarney koala killing at the LA Zoo, with the zoo refused to press charges against P22, only having circumstantial evidence available. P22 was a civil citizen, nothing more than nocturnal noises or of guttural growls and anxious triggers of bedroom barkings from parvo pets. Sing your death song and die like a warrior going home, had prophesied the late Tecumseh. P22's was not a warrior's wrath, but more a begrudgingly garish geriatric fate. P22's advanced stage combined with chronic, debilitating life-shortening conditions and the clear need for extensive long-term veterinary interventions left P22 with no hope for a positive outcome, according to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife. In
Woo!
peace.
Woo! I couldn't even wait. Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. Please unmute yourselves and give.
The alliteration packed in there, man. The alliteration.
Yeah, that was
Man,
tremendous.
beautiful.
Love your stories.
Wow, that was,
Goddamn
thank you for
Goddamn
putting
old
up with
man.
my insanity, as Propaganda Poet says.
How could we not? How could we not? It was beautiful. Thank you so much. And please do put your information in the chat if you haven't already. If you don't know, y'all need to find out, right? Find him. He's got a new book out. Just get you all of that. You know, experience as much of him as you can because he is a gift to us all. Love those stories. All right, next person up to give us their stories is Catman Bill. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening, you all. Well, speaking of wildlife and cats, a most recent cat story. I'm overloaded with them in my house right now, but there was a cat born in my backyard 2 years ago, and with 3 siblings, and I didn't get him in time for adoption. A few weeks ago, a neighbor of mine ran over one of his siblings, and I decided that I didn't want him to suffer the same fate. At the same time, he became friendly, and for a feral cat to be friendly is still a mystery to me. So he's inside, and I'm going crazy. So I'm not in the best of moods this time period, but I'll get through it. And I just thought I would perform a song by an old blues and gospel singer from the mid-20th century, Reverend Gary Davis, who spent most of his time in New York City. Called I Am the Light. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. You say you don't believe in Jesus, not a word he said. When he came on down to Lazarus' grave, raise them up from the dead. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Now I've got fiery fingers and I've got fiery hands. When I get up in heaven, gonna join that fiery band. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Prayer is the key to heaven. Faith unlocks the door. That's why my God gave me the key to take it everywhere I go. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. I know I got religion, I know I ain't ashamed, for the Holy Ghost, this is my witness, and the angels don't sign my name. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world. Just as long as I'm in this world, I am the light of this world.
Yay! That was lovely. Thank you for that. I think we all needed that. I think Bianca put that in the chat, but I agree. Please unmute yourselves and give Cat Mary.
That was
I
amazing.
really enjoyed that
Oh,
song.
yeah, Reverend Gary, man.
You are the
Really
light,
had it
you are the
better,
light,
God, man.
yes. Okay.
That was,
Piedmont blues at its best.
you know, it wouldn't be Thursdays without some guitar, right? We love that. Thank you for serenading us. Just as long as I'm in this, you know that's gonna be in my head all night long. And that's not a bad thing. That's all right. You know what? But we are going to shift a little bit. Okay, so we go from the swaying to the fanning, all right? Because Ed Fireman Foreman is coming up. Ed, who also has a feature with Raw on Sunday, and I'll let him tell you all about it. But Ed, if I see you in here, I am about to unmute you. Where are you? There you are. Please unmute yourself. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a feature on Raw on January the 15th, 10 a.m. on Sunday. And I got another feature at Time to Arrive on January 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know I love to rhyme all the time, every time. All right. I have a spicy piece to let your flames get released on repeat. Okay. This is called Soap Dreams. My explicit thoughts dancing in my head as I lay down on my bed. It's night, but I'm seeing crimson red, something scrumptious up ahead. It's going to be my old illustrated fantasy in this erotic reality. It's to waken our scorching sexuality, to elevate our sensational spirituality. As your naked body lay next to me while we scream like horny banshees, our hearts full of passion and sexual glee while we bask in the deep velvet sea. You're so beautiful to put into words while my hands scratch your file like a record. Now I can't wait for what's going to occur. It's something I can't put into simple verbs. Let my seductive poetry draw you in my fantasy. It's okay to be jittery and antsy. I want to rip off your pink chastity to help me relieve my crazy insanity. Your eyes look while I'm moving slowly to touch something so bare and showy. Right now, we're going to do something so unholy to make us feel holy. My kisses touch your neck while I kiss every naked tiny speck. Slowly I peck, 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 soothing your clear, sweaty deck. My lips admire every inch to inch while I squeeze and pinch. My dear, please don't leave your hands and feet unclenched while you flinch. I search for the spots that drive you insane to burn your pains. Come on, baby, bring the eternal rain to rust those suppressed chains. I passionately wiggle my tongue between your legs while you pretend to be dead. I love sucking on your heels and pink small egg while you softly beg, beg, and beg. Innocent acts of oral pleasure bring out the wildest action for your quick satisfaction, trying to summon our inner reaction to make your climax a main attraction. Your essence digests completely as you feel my erect wand inside your pink pocket extremely, as we shake, dance, and moan freely while I stare into your pale white eyes, sweetie. I massage your breast while I fulfill your hidden desired request. Honey, you look so possessed while I spread my absolute best. I'm doing multiple position to match your whirling and swirly situations. I'm doing crazy combination while I give you a soft and bold stimulations. We're moving to a place we never explore while I bang on your door. I can't wait to see what's in store while I break your burning core. I'm quickly picking up the pace to win this erratic speedy race. I'm feeling your hair on my face while our minds and heart gets erased. I can feel your dam getting ready to burst while I quench my thirst, loving you when you're about to squirt. While we repeat the same verse. We paint the sheets while we spread out in a sweaty defeat. Honey, do you love your midnight treat that made us feel more complete? The sun flickering our eyes while we bask in the blue skies. Our moody clouds dies while we sleep over the passing fireflies. Thank you.
Not with you acting all sweet afterwards. You know, said all of that. Ed, please unmute yourselves and give Ed some love.
Nice
Ed,
job, Ed.
fantastic!
Woo! Woo! Happy New Year! Woo!
Mr. Ed, Mr. Ed, woo!
Woo!
2023 is on fire.
You coming in hot, baby. We coming in hot to 2023. Thank you, Ed, for adding a little rocket to the back of this spaceship. We appreciate you. All right. Next person to get us going, get us moving is Gustav. Of course. He's giving us the gusto. Absolutely. Please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Hey, Ray Jane. Hello, my beloved poets. I have two pieces. I'm going to get right to them. This is an original. It's called Ma'ar Shibboleth. Dance on, mad bourgeoisie. You're dancing on the edge of doom. Sisters, old men want to regulate your womb. The party of small government, just big enough to fit in your uterus. I'm not joking around. I'm not trying to be humorous. A lowest common denominator society, full to the brim with false piety. We've been clockwork orange juice, beaten to a pulp, gorged on first world problems, drowned in a big gulp, riding that Peloton going nowhere fast. Best savor each breath, cause it may be your last. Let's get our shit togetherized, battened down and weatherized, warm leatheretterized, highly fucking organized. People power can run this nation, making change with each creation. Fascist lies are psychic death. Let love for all be our shibboleth. And this is a cover. It's by Brian Eno, my favorite rock musician and producer. It's called King's Lead Hat. Dark alley, black star, 4 turkeys in a big black car. The road is shiny, the wheels slide, 4 turkeys going for a dangerous ride. The lacquer crackles, the engines roar. A ship is turning broadside to the shore. Splish splash, I was raking in the cash. The biology of purpose keeps my nose above the surface. Oh, King's Lead Hat, put the innocence inside her. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's Lead Hat was a mother to desire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. In New Delhi, Smelly Delhi, and Hong Kong, they all know that it won't be long. I count my fingers, digit counter. As night falls, I draw bananas on the bathroom walls. The killer cycles, the killer hurts. The passage of my life is measured out in shirts. Time and motion, motion carried, and time and tide. All I know I have is time, and tide is on my side. King's Lead Hat put the poker in the fire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's lead hat was a mother to desire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. The weapon's ready, ready Freddy. The guns purr. The satellite distorts his voice to a slur. He gives orders which no one hears. The king's hat fits over their ears. He takes his modicate, cold turpentine. He tries to dial out 999999999. He dials reception. He's all alone. He's just a victim of the telephone. King's lead hat made the Amazon much wider. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's lead hat put the poker in the fire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's lead hat was a mother to desire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's lead hat put the innocence inside her. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. King's lead hat was a hammer to desire. It will come, it will come, it will surely come. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the gusto. Please unmute yourselves and give him some of that gusto back.
Woo!
Great
Gusto!
job.
Woo!
I love your work.
Gusto.
Woo!
Passionate.
Woo!
Very
Go forever.
Gusto forever. Indeed, indeed, indeed. We should get t-shirts. Gusto forever. Absolutely. And yes, to that first piece and certainly to the second piece, make sure you are paying attention to what's going on, right? Just because it's not election time doesn't mean election things aren't happening. So pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. All right. Next person up to share their magic we haven't seen here in a while, and I'm just so excited to see her face. Mary Lee Johnson, please unmute yourself and welcome back.
Thank you, Ray Jane. It's great to be back here. I didn't have to work today, so here I am. So I have a couple of poems. I have a haiku, and then I have one. I know you're not supposed to say, oh, it's a rough draft, I'm working on it, but anyway, I already said it, so. Nothing shows trust in your fellow humans more than a revolving door. I nod my heart off to save myself from you, from the trap of your caring. It was the only way I could get away. It was hard to insist I wanted you to go, especially when you had me laughing so hard until I cried. I survived the elements of our 5-year relationship, even while mentioning the weight I felt because of you, the suicidal thoughts I had as one way of getting away from you. You see, this is the problem, that you appear in this poem at all, when what I really want is for you to be gone. And now, with the ending of this poem, you finally are. Thank you.
Come on, that's how you come back, Mary Lee. We're gonna do it, right?
Thank
Please
you.
unmute yourself. You're welcome.
Yeah, Mary Lee, yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Mary Lee.
I never met Angry Mary Lee.
Angry Mary Lee.
Right?
Angrily.
Oh.
Make sure you don't buy her no Snickers, okay? Just in case. We like Angry Mary Lee. Let it out, Mary Lee, please. A lot of us feel the same. Thank you for being here. Please put your information in the chat. For those of you who are performing, I always say don't leave any love behind. So there's plenty of love for you in the chat. The folks in the room are making sure that you are lifted in your words and your performance. So make sure you check that out, okay? Next person up usually is here giving me all the feels with the hair. And today is no different. Oh, and look at the specs. Come on, you better go ahead, Callie. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Welcome back.
You are so good for my ego. I'd like to say I come for the poetry, but really it's for the love. I have a piece that I want to start with that I have 2 medium ones for you today that I actually wrote yesterday at Nick Paleologos's Right to the Mic. So I'll give a pitch to that. And apologies to Gemini Fox, who I believe is with us today, because she heard this last night on the Six Poets Society, which is another group. Okay, so it's called Consuming for the time being. I'll get a better title. I've never met an emotion I couldn't eat. grinding it between my molars into digestible bites so I could swallow it down. Happiness that was too big to hold, sadness that was too big to allow. I tasted it, memorized it, and metabolized it. Over the years, I have ebbed and flowed like an ocean, vast and deep. I could consume an ocean liner if I had to, and I did, sometimes. I could wave off an oil spill. I could span the world entire. I was big enough to hold all that life could possibly throw at me. But despite it all, I was movement, always moving, flowing, brewing, until the day I stopped. Until the day my bones, my hard, earthbound bones, and their traumatic deformities locked and the oceans went still. The waters crept onto the land, eroding shorelines, toppling infrastructure, and the only solution the scientists could offer me, the only option available, was a total climate shift. They are taking my food, my celebrations, and my consolations. They are asking me to do the impossible, to greet my feelings, the great clouds that float through my skies full of thunder and lightning and rain, asking me to spit them back out, to face them wholly formed, to greet them as equals, to trust that even if I cannot consume them, it does not mean that they will consume me. So I will put my trust in these persons of science. I will sew my mouth shut as I crack my heart open. And I will trust that despite what my eyes tell me, the seas and the skies will never truly blend. And even if I am smaller, I will never be small. My vastness is inside me. I know this. I ate it. So that's the first. And then I have a second one. And this one's called The Prairie Cemetery in November. They stood as three. Once four, now three. Loosely affiliated by the accident of birth, of shared parentage of dubious quality. The eldest wore a gash from cheek to chin, clearly untreated, eyes glassy from more than just tears that fell from his eyes before catching on the torn skin from that jagged, unhealed gash. The sister's gaze would not settle, glancing from face to face, searching for purpose, a task to keep her hands from idling, a shoulder in search of a hand, a cascade of tears in need of a tissue. The youngest wore a beard, carefully groomed. Ghosts of smile lines spoke to laughter, currently unused, smooth. He was different from the others, but still visibly theirs. Something about those eyes, shrewd, shell-shocked, shared. The middle brother, the prodigal, returned in a small blue box, resting on a small table in the middle of a small prairie cemetery. Flat white earth stretching endlessly to meet steel gray skies, tombstones peeking out from the snow like bared teeth. Manitoba in November, as bleak as the conflicted grief shared in the all too similar eyes of the survivors. This gathering was inevitable. It was always going to be him first. Though none had escaped harm, it had shattered him more fully than the rest, who had managed to limp on, find roads from healing instead of heroin. The strings used to lower their brother, what was left of their brother, into that hole that would be his home forever, were too short. A soft thump could be heard, just over the sharp whistle of the prairie wind. An ignominious end, but an end nonetheless. The dirt to cover him was frozen. Their gloved hands clawed at it, tearing chunks with fingers clumsy with the cold. But they did it. They tore at that small pile of earth until it followed him into that hole, drifting from their fingers as the first layer of dust before he became a permanent part of the permafrost. There were no words of comfort or peace, for there was none to be had. They stood awkward and insufficient, but they were there. They were all there, in whatever state they could muster, at the end of a road no longer traveled together.
See, you talk about me, right? Okay, this is what you are. This is why I treat you like I do. This is why I do it. Damn it! Please unmute yourselves and give Kelly some love for those tremendous pieces.
Yeah.
Wow, those were
Yes.
amazing. Really great writing.
Awesome.
I can hear that over and
Great.
over again,
Awesome.
Kelly.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing both of those pieces. And thank you for being fly, Kelly. I mean, whatever, you know. So I just shared the list, the update as to who is up next. Gemini Fox, I don't know how you jumped off that, but we jumped you right back on, right in the place that you were, because you were actually after Moonsaf. So we put you back. So you're there. And let me know if you don't, if you want to go, you don't want to go, just want to hang, just let me know. Okay. Next person up is Generalissimo. Please unmute yourself. Hopefully he's still there.
Hey, Ray Jane, I'm staying off camera today. I just want to let you know that I want to go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to do two pieces. Well, actually, I'll just do one because I don't think two pieces I think two pieces will go over time. So I'll do this old piece, which was written in the mid-90s, one of the first long poems that I ever wrote. It's called Nobody Knows Nothing Anyway. Some people claim they know all the facts. Some people claim God gave them the axe. Some people claim they know the world like the backs of their hands. Some people just bury their heads in the sand. Some people claim they know all the answers, but never give answers away. Nobody knows nothing anyway. Some people won't kiss unless they can kiss and tell. Some people worry they'll end up in hell. Some people got pushed off cliffs and some fell. Some spent many a night in seedy motels. Some people don't like their lives, so they sell their souls away. Nobody knows nothing anyway. Some people live, sleep, and eat in the streets. Some people do whatever they please. Some people eat lobster and beluga caviar. Some people just ride round in their Mercedes-Benz cars. Some people serve other people food from sterling silver trays. Nobody knows nothing anyway. Some people always wanted to be class clown. Some people lost the desire to clown around. Through Jesus, Elvis, or Buddha, some people get found. Some people scream loudest without making a sound. Some people run round and round in circles every single day. Nobody knows nothing anyway. Some people live life for yesterday. Some people live life all work and no play. Some people live life like tomorrow is the end. Some people live life in a world of pretend. Some people live like life the way it is, or so they say. Nobody knows nothing anyway. Thank you.
Talking the truth right there, Generalissimo. What do we even know? Please unmute yourselves and give him some love.
You know, he's been a genius for decades, and we wouldn't have known it without Zoo.
Great job. I love that piece.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Welcome. Please put your information in the chat so the folks can find you. Totally agree with you, Michael Sindler. He's been a genius for decades. We just finding out. Thank you, COVID. You did horrible things, but bringing us together is a wonderful, wonderful blessing. So thank you for all being here and giving yourself up, vulnerable, right? You don't have to share any of this stuff. You could keep it to yourself, but you choose not to. And like I always say, we don't take that lightly up in here. Okay? So, going to our next poet. She know how I feel about her. Bianca. It's been a minute. I'm glad to see you. I know you've been booked and busy. That's how we like you. So, you come back when you got time. That's okay. That's all right. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year. This piece is entitled Risen. It's actually, there's some of the truths by Nayo Jones and Rudy Francisco in there, so you'll kind of hear their truths woven in with mine. And I chose to read this piece because I've actually performed it before, but I actually revised it and edited it, and then I performed it live recently. So I wanted to speak my truth again on this piece because I feel like last year, the theme of last year for me was about victimhood versus survivorship. And that was a very hard pill to swallow. So this is where this piece was kind of rooted from. I hate feeling like I'm never enough. So I write words on paper, hoping the ink in my pen can cure me. After all, I'm just bittersweet poetry. I became everything I fear, so now I'm fearless. The poetry that revealed itself as a wet stain on my notebook is simply just a reminder that this is all the love I could never give myself and putting it to good use. Yet, just when I thought I conquered that anxiety in me like an angry deity, a spark of lightning crashes onto my life course, giving me every single color in the rainbow, but without the glow. See, this only happens when I challenge my synapses, like my neurons don't understand why they're always strung out. Like why I can revert back to addictions that I shadow as old habits, like how I can hold myself to a standard I stay choking at because the noose is my good place. See, I smile the biggest because the hole and the hurt inside of me is just a gaping hole that has a gravitational pull on everything I try to hold on to, so I resort to thinking. If I can cut myself down with the sharpest razor blades, then maybe my highs can just be mids and gravity won't hurt as much because I too have a tendency to destroy whatever helps me get off the ground between every how are you today is and I'm fine, but I don't think I'll ever be okay. It's another mnemonic phrase I associate with between the length of my smile to the length of my broken heart. And I say broken because shattered sounds too winded. Shattered sounds like me taking fragments of my heart and using them against myself. Shattered sounds like shards of false loyalty piercing my skin again, so I only know how to befriend people that walk around like they are weapons of mass destruction. I gargle the tears that run down my face so often that they create saltwater streams that navigate through until they reach my holy grail of a mouth that puddles all of the drenched and damp doubts my desperation told my depression again. As my liquid soul finally drained itself out of me, I let out a dry sigh of relief. I dropped my burden like a rusted ball and chain, trying to anchor my body into another ocean, only for me to realize that being an island doesn't mean you need to drown first, or even ever. The dingy despair of my feelings smell like laundry I just never got around to, or a wrung out towel that's been taken from a bathtub filled with waterlogged wounds and sat out in the sun for far too long. It's become a stale, stained, mediocre savior. In the cluttered room I carved pathways out of that imitate the mazes in my mind. I'm amazed how my mind can still work so vigorously. My emotions smell like wood chips from sharpening endless amounts of pencils that keep me writing with sweaty fists, and how the rubber constantly erasing the nuances of my existence can feel like I smeared my blood on every page to remind myself that everything beautiful has a consequence. Exhausted, but not extinguished. The subtleties that life breathes into me that barely escape the battered and bruised. The untying of the noose. The drawer that keeps away all of the sharp stings reminds me that I've died a million times. It is reminding myself that if someone, anyone, can love a dying thing this way, then maybe my anguish is the most beautiful tarnished, a wounded warrior, the phoenix that had to burn first to feel the most alive. Thank you.
Ooh, come on, Bianca. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. And shout out to editing. Okay. Thank you for being brave enough to go back and make it sing a little bit truer for you. That's real. Please
That was
unmute yourselves and give us some love.
Thank
oh
you for
yes.
sharing with us
Yeah,
again.
Bianca.
Welcome back. We're so
That's
happy to have you
amazing.
here.
Yes, that
Really.
was deep.
Gotta burn to feel
Incredible,
the most
beautiful
alive.
writing.
That was beautiful. Very heartfelt.
Absolutely. I heard somebody say deep, heartfelt. You see what kind of things you provoking? Make sure you good in that chat, girl. Cause the folks are with you. You got some lines in there that are bowling people over, or at least making them see themselves in you, which is a beautiful thing. So thank you for being here and for sharing. All right. Next person up to be beautiful and sharing all at the same time is Propaganda Poets. Please unmute yourself, do your thing.
Good evening, you fellow poets and musicians and creatives and amazing human beings. Thank you for existing and sharing this journey with me. I'm going to read two brand new little pieces that I wrote yesterday, like out of a journal. I never do that. The Paul Corman Roberts has a monthly writing workshop called Muse at 11, which is fun little news stories that aren't like heavy or anything, and you respond to those. So I made them heavy because that's what I do. Here's the first one. Cassian and in the words of Cassian Andor, everyone has their own rebellion. My baggage is on vacation. I left it on the side of the road as I drove off into the sunrise, left the storm chasing me, tracking all that tragedy, while I set off to become the narrator of my own story. But the story kept trying to write itself no matter what plot lines I was being shown. My baggage was being flown around another planet while I was trying to rise once again, but I guess I was just too close to the sun for anyone to see the shadows still residing inside of me. My baggage is on vacation, riding all the sideshow attractions, just trying to get a reaction, leaving all my satisfaction dismantled, like fractals sparkling along the starry sky, questioning why I let the vacuum of all this space gravitate all my grace to yet another ravenous black hole. My baggage is on vacation, getting stolen like vibrations emanating out of joyful libations, being transported like dark stars orchestrating chaotic correlations, trying to make my frustrations the center of my universe. But I will no longer rehearse in reverse. Moving forward is not a curse. So someone call a hearse while I recall my baggage from its vacation without hesitation, so I can write a eulogy for this darkness inside of me as a reminder to love at full capacity, even the darkest parts of my memory, so I can realign my chemistry on a permanent vacation where I no longer allow this baggage to wrest control from me. And then this is a short one, and Tez inspired me. I wasn't going to read this, but after what Tez read, I got to read this. So this is titled, Said the Hawk to the Good Cop. Is to assist another even when they're different? You knew this bird should not be caged, and you showed absolutely no rage. You simply helped turn the page and kept the story going, kept the life flowing. So knowing this, why don't you resist your fellow brothers in blue who don't share this same acceptance as you? When you find a bird that just needs guidance to fly once again, a bird of a different feather that could really use a friend, instead of having to pretend to be something it's not, just so it won't get shot. Perhaps we need a new sheriff in town. As the guru once said, I expect the crows to come at the windows more often. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Thank you for being beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you for 2 new shits. Both of them hitting in their own respective ways. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Good job, propaganda.
Baran would be proud. You wrote something. Yeah. Awesome.
And you know, we're very much here for the journals. Okay. Ain't no shame, right? Whether that's virtual or physical, any way you are able to get the words down works. We'll take it, right? Because God forbid we missed any of that. It would have been a real shame. Okay, so please keep that journal nearby so we get to keep getting the fruits of it. All right. Thank you for being here as always. Next person up to share their fruits. Of course, I'm about to call you just as you had that big gulp. Moon said, please unmute yourself. Welcome back.
Hey, Rach, and hey, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm going to do 2 pieces tonight. The first one is, both of these are new pieces. I've never performed them before. The first one is called Finding My Oasis. Suffocating sandstorms masquerading as a burning day, nights when my bones rattle in the chill of a solitary mind. Yet, like Sisyphus, I carry my heart up these slopes to find you, my oasis, whose eyes were a smolder that could teach fires what warmth is. Now, if only these sands of time didn't play dirty tricks on a pilgrim like me, as I fight for mortal thirst, yet look around for faith, until I finally stumble upon you, myself to rest in these dunes, deliriant because this atheist finally found his reason to believe in the Almighty. And the next piece is called Brunch on a Kitchen Counter. I've never performed this either, but after Ed's piece, I got up. It begins when I pin you down, ready to ravish you like a predator that found its mate after several suns of separation. I devour every orifice until your screams, pleas, and moans become incoherent, animalistic, like the beasts we always were. Amid the carnage, you've forgotten the time of day. You plead for a truce with me, with what I'm doing to you. I lift up your frame and you make love to me the way the summer breeze does to a wooden swing on a vast, unending plain. The hell our fire raises drowns out the sizzle of burnt toast. Our morning tea goes cold, for we don't care, for we've already begun to feed ourselves. And then, as you slide off my limbs, and you've lost all the ability to speak, except an occasional squeak, only then do we end up cooking a comparatively mundane midday meal. Thank you.
Now, Musa, how you gonna slide that old spicy one in there like that? I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining or nothing. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Nice work. Enjoyed
Wonderful.
those.
You.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I like it when it's unexpected. It's like, oh, that one's a little spicy. We like that. Thank you for being here and for, taking a chance. Why not, right? Our sensuality is a part of our humanity and it ought to be celebrated, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Embrace it, lean in, and bring us some more of that. Man, we didn't know. We didn't know, Musa, but we're glad to know. Glad to know. Okay. All right. Next person up is Gemini Fox. I'm glad that we're able to get you on. All right. Unmute yourself. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. This poem is entitled Name. Hypnotized by your cadence, you pipe-piped your way into my heart, your sweet vernacular hypodermic needle to my soul. I am your junkie, your biggest fan, fiending for your words, rocking myself to sleep, staring at the corners of your lips, waiting for the doors of your mouth to open. Bid me entry. Let me scale the walls of your vaulted cathedral. Let me lay at the altar of your tongue. I want to hear your voice box orchestra compose my name like sweet music. Listen intently for the staccato of every syllable. Like an echo across a vast valley, I searched for my name on the inside of your mouth, pressed my lips against yours, held your tongue captive until you revealed everything, at least in my imagination. My name. My name is a slave constantly whipped in the back of your throat. Wondered why it was never paired with sweet words. Was it the taste of our first kiss that left this bitter guile? Was it my yearning for your touch that made you cringe? To spit me words too short and too sharp to be considered love. I searched for my name on the inside of your mouth, found the guilty aftertaste on your tongue. It seemed to spring up the venom from your heart. You turned cobra each time I approached you. Defense mechanism to my love, spitting me bitter words to keep me at bay. I searched for my name on the inside of your mouth, found hieroglyphics of all of your exes etched into your oral cavern. Your groundwater is too acidic to consume, little with the remains of dead lovers. This catacomb of mystery is no place for butterfly kisses. No, this is where love comes to die. When names are etched into your history, you seldom repeat them out loud. Whisper them to yourself like a seance, conjuring up old lovers at will. And they are still transfixed by the possibility of hearing their names escape your lips. I escaped your lips, escaped this catacomb, paid my respects to the dear departed, pulled back my tongue before you could feed on my essence, before I became a part of your history, just another hieroglyphic in your cavern. And if I have time, I'll have one more. This pen is a two-edged sword. With one edge, I vanquished the demons lurking in the shadows of my memory. With the other, I carved myself warrior, drew the map to my own healing in my own blood, while emptying out the ocean that is my trauma. What could you do with this pen?
Ooh, yes. Come on. First of all, beautiful performance. Okay. Second of all, is this the first time that you've been here with us on Thursday night?
Yes, ma'am. One of my things, I wouldn't say one of my dreams, one of my things is to perform at the New Eureka Cafe. And I found Miles Hodges on YouTube, and I've just been kind of just soaking everything in. So when I found out that you guys had an open mic, a virtual open mic, since I cannot get to New York right now, I figure why not jump in and be brave and sign up.
Well, we're so glad that you decided to be brave. Can I tell you something great?
Yes, ma'am.
You just performed at the New Eureka Poets Cafe. Oh my gosh.
I've been squealing like because I just signed up yesterday. So I just found out yesterday, and I'm like, okay, this is a new year. Conquer every fear. Just go ahead and jump in.
Absolutely.
And I've been squealing to everyone for the last couple of hours. So
Good. Keep on squealing. And as a matter of fact, we are going to join you, because the way that we welcome in anyone who's never been here before is that we unmute and everyone yells into the atmosphere something that we wish someone would have told us when it was our first time here. All right? So be prepared. You won't be squealing alone.
can I record it?
Absolutely. Go on.
Yay! Give me a second.
All right.
Okay. I'm shaking. Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. Please unmute yourselves and welcome Gemini.
Welcome, Gemini.
One of
That was
us.
beautiful. Welcome
One
the
of us.
family. Yes.
That was powerful.
Every week, please. That fire though.
Yes,
Beautiful
it
writing.
was a
Oh,
great
Back
performance.
every week.
Amazing writing.
Right. So you done messed up, Gemini Fox. You done messed around and been fantastic on a Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So what that mean? That means that every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be looking for you, okay? So you are allowed to miss a couple. You know, and by a couple, I mean two. No, I mean, you know, we understand. Life takes you. But we just want you to know when we yell one of us, we mean that. So you are one of us. You're part of this family. If you don't have a poetry family, now you do. So thank you for joining us. Please put your information in the chat so we can find you and friend you and follow you. You know, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. But we're glad to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And please don't forget any of that love that's there for you in the chat. Okay? Don't leave it behind. It's for you. Beautiful thing. We love that. We like to make new friends. We're pretty friendly here. You know what I mean? So we're glad to have you. All right. And to our next poet, who we're always glad to see in the space, Ike Waltz, bringing us the mystery as always. Let me unmute you. Please unmute yourself and welcome back, Ike.
Wow, that was simply beautiful, Gemini Fox. Really, it touched me. Thank you. One piece. Man and man-made. Gods, beware. I kiss you with a bullet and kill you in my image with love. I slug you like a baseball and dunk you in bubbling champagne. So let me drown in your image again. I listen to you with divine pleasure and old-fashioned words. Your giggle, meanings of nothing, to caress my plagiarizing again. Nothing like playing that celestial humid day, and you indulge in all that luscious existence gain. I kiss you with love. I kill you with a delightful bullet. Our days made of shivering ice cream, melting on impact with sticky delight. And I lick your mortal body for the umptieth time. You close in expectation these fiery eyes. What you see is what I feel. Is it who I am? Is it who you are? Is it whatever we have been? Is it what is that undisputed forever? Can it be that only what your ego has actually seen? All that time of pregnant hope, when that unimaginable turned into what we became over eons of time. Remember, you are, and so we. Are you like us? Just like any god? Totally insane? Experiencing that swaggering dance of birth, a beginning to die for, floating in daylight glamour, and all that without a grain of shame. But in your image of darkness, our dreams remain unchanged. It's always the same old loneliness, the same old hope, boring, yet all that expecting. Shit all same? Brother, sister, remember, only the perfect gods cannot be challenged by that mundane we call hate. But universe, beware of the perverse power of love. It's the ultimate eclectical weakness, and that all in God's image. So dubious again. Today, I find myself existing at the discretion of imperfection, buried in bloody history and spiritual lust. And now that it is time, and I must cash in my one-way ticket on the infinite road leading to the afterlife. Yeah, meeting the man-made gods. And in his image, I expect that immortal leftover called hell. Thank you.
Woo, beautiful. That immortal leftover called hell. The perverse power of love. Come on, please unmute yourselves and give Ike some love in return for that.
Like
I always love
amazing.
your work. That was great.
That was
It's
powerful.
always next
That was
level.
powerful.
Always.
That was
Always.
hypnotic.
Reverse power of
And
love.
makes you lean in and you never really stop leaning in, right? It's just always pulling you. Thank you, Ike, for just pulling us in and keeping us close to you with your work. Always a pleasure to hear your words. All right, so we're going to shoot across the country here a little bit and go over to the West Coast with our friend Bill Elkins, who I know is going to be bringing us a reason to sway, as always. All right, please unmute yourself, Bill. Welcome back.
Hi, Ray Jane. How are you? Hi, everybody. Greetings from Long Beach.
You're a little low. I want to make sure we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
That's a little bit better.
Oh, okay. I'll get a little closer here. Can you hear that?
Yeah, the music is a
Can
little
you hear
bit
me?
better.
Okay, let me try. Last time that I performed here, I did a Moody Blues tune, When the Tide Rushes In, written by Ray Thomas. I'd like to do another cover tonight by the Moody Blues, written by Mike Pinder, called Melancholy Man. Two terrific songs from days gone by. Hope you like it. I'm a melancholy man, that's what I am. All the world surrounds me and my feet are on the ground. I'm a very lonely man, doing what I can. All the world astounds me and I think I understand that we're going to keep growing. Wait and see. When all the stars are falling down into the sea and on the ground, and angry voices carry on the wind, a beam of light will fill your head and you'll remember what's been said by all the good men this world has ever known. Another man is what you'll see. He looks like you and he looks like me, and yet somehow he will not feel the same. His life caught up in misery. He doesn't think like you and me, 'cause he can't see what you and I can see. I'm a melancholy man, that's what I am. All the world surrounds me and my feet on the ground. I'm a very lonely man, doing what I can. All the world astounds me and I think I understand that we're going to keep growing. Wait and see. Thank you.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Yes, always singing to us. We appreciate that. Please unmute yourselves and give Bill some love.
Really
Yeah.
enjoyed that, Bill. I really like that.
Bill.
Nice tune, man.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. Yes.
Told y'all. I know some of y'all was hitting that sway with me. You know, I seen some of y'all couldn't help it. You know, that's all right. We say, you know, give in to the sway. Let it take you. Let it take you. All right. Next person up. Actually, let me just take a second to thank all the folks who are in the room who are not sharing, but are just keeping space with us. Rich Daddy Glennon, we see you in the background with the baby boo. We appreciate her for also being here with us. Nico Diaz, thank you for being here. Also, I see Spirit is here as well. Thank you for being with us and sharing your energy. We appreciate you. You know, sometimes it's just y'all all here giving us the strength we need to go on, right? Aaliyah, thank you so much. Melinda Lucas, we appreciate you all for being in the room. Tab, I see you. I see you. I know you're keeping it incognito tonight. That's okay. That's all right. I still see you. I see the heart coming through, as always. All right. So I just wanted to take a second and honor you all for honoring us with your time. right? And sharing space, even though you're not sharing your words just yet. Next person to share their words and perhaps also some music, maybe, is Joski with the dimples. Please unmute yourself. Welcome back.
Hey, Ray Jane. Hey, coming through okay?
Yes, coming through great.
Thank you. Well, tonight I have 3 poems. So Lizzie is not wearing a beanie tonight. And so I remembered this poem. This is called The Passing of the Matriarch. I felt a tug on the cosmic cord when the matriarch passed through the door. The cord that binds us, each to all, with branches to each mother's child, which pulls us all inexorably as rivers draw water to the sea. Some things remained unsaid as the matriarch rose from her bed. Now nothing's as it was before. The cord has shortened that much more. We stand beside the open door, grieving for us all. And this is something new. This is about a speech Marjorie Taylor Greene, representative of Georgia, gave to the young Republicans. This is called Obscene. Marjorie Taylor Greene's seen obscene things at pharmacies. Dildos, butt plugs, where's my gun? She tells the young Republicans. And lastly, this is for all the people without homes. This is the closing doors. The closing doors reverberate like slaps upon offended skin. Clicking locks echo in the growing chill of evening. The closing doors separate dark from warm and cold from safe, at least for some, and dinner on a plate. Outside, hold on to memories of warm. Read between the fading lines. Ties unraveled cannot bind. Illusions of security can vanish like a paycheck. Memories like embers burn long after the fire's gone. Hold on. And what are dreams to these strange schemes? And what is wasting time? This I can tell you, the moon is free. So is the rain, but the roof costs money. If only I could barter pain, earned with every drop of rain, I'd buy a big mansion, doors open to all. We'd sleep in the bedrooms and share all the halls, and for once celebrate the existence of walls with no one left outside them. The closing doors reverberate like slaps upon offended skin. Clicking locks echo in the growing chill of evening.
Oof, beautiful. Please unmute yourselves and give Joski some love.
Joski, that was
You're
amazing. That was so touching.
So
Josie,
good.
why did you do that to us? That was amazing.
I love the
Thank
last
you,
piece.
Josie.
Good stuff.
Beautiful work, beautiful.
Yeah.
All 3 so different, but all 3 so potent in their own ways. We appreciate you. All right. Oof. Let's take a breath a little bit after that one, right? Let's clear your energy a little. Okay. Daniel, we're so glad that you made it in. You made it in just by the hairs of their chinny chin chin. Right? But we're glad that you made it. Please unmute yourself. You are up, my friend.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Sorry for being late though. I had an issue with the apartment. Got a little bit flooded. So I had to take care of that. Anyways, today's poem is, I technically have two and one. It's called Route 80. It could be read from top to bottom and bottom to top. So I will read it and then just go straight through reading it back up. And this poem was actually written on New Year's Eve after a 3-hour drive. Well, the poem will explain it. Didn't want to really describe it. Route 80. No wipers for my eyes going down Route 80. Reflect on life and how it's treated me lately. Not speed because of the rain smacking my windshield. The fog doesn't help. The danger is real. Stupid but in pain, I push the gas. Not flying through since death isn't what I'm getting at. At least that's what I hope. It's hard to think straight. Trying to handle the emotions my brain can't translate. Thoughts and demons with pavement and weight. In my car that drowned me in debt, which became difficult to pay. A relationship falling apart. My brain absorbs the stress. Can't speak with respect and blame the hate on the lack of sex. Difficult to reason. Love is ideally blind. My wife, my love, sorry for leaving the kindness behind. I never meant to hurt you verbally while explaining. Driving in the rain, contemplating on lane changing. My senses are inflated but contaminated. A poisoned atmosphere that I somehow created. It became difficult to see, had to park somewhere. Getting hard to focus as if I'm playing solitaire. Stop and drive. Park then claim I'm fine. Driving above this emotional landmine. Fog has killed my line of sight. Trying to keep my grip, just driving through the night. Found an empty lot and hallucinated my Jeep parked. Grabbed my thoughts and write pain with my tears on the sidewalk. Sorry for everything. Life has fucked me up. My apartment went to shit as my passion declined until there was none. Family and friends, you just wouldn't understand. Unsure if anyone would listen, to be honest. Somebody forced my hand. Crying down Route 80 with hours attacking me. Time became jealous, maybe once the sun resets its beam. Depressed and in silence, sorry everyone. I couldn't take the pain, the agony won. Fuck, what is wrong with me? Silence became a threat. My dad would be pissed and my mom can't manage the debt. Shit, I'm too far out and hours away. Hand on the wheel as if the scene is staged. Choking on regret, inhaling the love of God. Fighting myself, praying for the car to stop. But I gotta move. I have the urge to drive. It calms me down, but something is exploding from the inside. Crying down Route 80, the journey continues. No music, just pain, far from home while the world remains on mute. Run my conscience and clean the vibe like shampoo. A day before New Year, in which I might not walk the next two. And I'll read it in reverse. A day before New Year, in which I might not walk the next two. Run my conscience and clean the vibe like shampoo. No music, just pain, far from home while the world remains on mute. Crying down Route 80, the journey continues. It calms me down, but something is exploding from the inside. But I gotta move. I have the urge to drive. Fighting myself, praying for the car to stop. Choking on regret, inhaling the love of God. Hand on the wheel as if the scene is staged. Shit, I'm too far out and hours away. My dad would be pissed and my mom can't manage the debt. Fuck, what is wrong with me? Silence became a threat. I couldn't take the pain, the agony won. Depressed and in silence, sorry everyone. Time became jealous, maybe once the sun resets its beam. Crying down Route 80 with hours attacking me. Unsure if anyone would listen, to be honest, somebody forced my hand. Family and friends, you just wouldn't understand. My apartment went to shit as my passion declined until there was none. Sorry for everything, life has fucked me up. Grabbed my thoughts and write pain with my tears on the sidewalk. Found an empty lot and hallucinated my Jeep parked. Trying to keep my grip, just driving through the night. Fog has killed my line of sight. Driving above this emotional landmine. Stop and drive. Parked and claim I'm fine. Getting hard to focus as if I'm playing solitaire. It became difficult to see, had to park somewhere. A poisoned atmosphere that I somehow created. My senses are inflated but contaminated. Driving in the rain, contemplating on lane changing. I never meant to hurt you verbally while explaining. My wife, my love, sorry for leaving the kindness behind. Difficult to reason, love is ideally blind. Can't speak with respect and blame the hate on the lack of sex. A relationship falling apart, my brain absorbs the stress. In my car that drowned me in debt, which became difficult to pay. Thoughts and demons with pavement and weight. Trying to handle the emotions my brain can't translate. At least that's what I hope. It's hard to think straight. Not flying through since death isn't what I'm getting at. Stupid but in pain, I push the gas. The fog doesn't help. The danger is real. Not speed because of the rain smacking my windshield. Reflect on life and how it's treated me lately. No wipers for my eyes going down Route 80. Thank you.
Ooh, that was fantastic and so dope that it goes one way and it goes the other way. Thank you for
Yeah, I try to do that so it's kind of like my thoughts on the highway, so that way the poem could be read in either way and it would show my thoughts pretty much.
so here for it. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Thank you.
Lots of great lines like that.
Very
Amazing,
powerful.
amazing.
Very powerful.
Great job.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Awesome.
Bravo, Daniel. Amazing.
Yes, very powerful.
So glad you made it. Can you imagine us missing that? Man, we done missed. Look, we got lucky twice tonight. Two things we could have missed, right? If Propaganda didn't have a journal, and if Daniel didn't make it, we would have missed both, or actually all four of those beautiful pieces, right? Two from Propaganda and technically two from Daniel. But we appreciate you both for being here. Thank you, Daniel. Please put your information in the chat. I see you already have. Make sure you guys go and follow him and support him. Okay, look at all this wonderful work he is creating. Next person up is Roll. Please unmute yourself.
Didn't want to unmute. Hey, Ray J. Nice to see you, fam. Blessings to you all. Happy 2023. Hope you all have a blessed year where your potential gets to be unleashed. I've got some work in progress I'm going to share with you guys. I like sometimes using these platforms as a guinea pig. So I wasn't sure what I was going to read, but here goes. Has no name to it. The hypocrisy of our present day blows my mind. Many times I've said we are living in interesting days, an old curse from envy for bad fortune. That phrasing is a vast understatement of what's being unveiled. The best way to conquer a people is to divide them over unvetted ideology while slowly eroding their emotional mastery. Data and facts treated like weapons of mass destruction. Conversation and debates are ridiculed or slammed. No dissension or questioning of the narrative spin. Now with all the social unrest and economic uncertainty, the world and our communities are crying for leadership, which seems to be void in the emperor's nakedness. This piece is a glimpse into my truth. If my words do not resonate, then feel free to unfriend or cancel me. Your acceptance or lack of acceptance is not a requirement for my truth. If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. I now live in days where inclusion means all are welcome. Just don't think for yourself. Diversity means we all look different, but we all must think along the same lines. Equity means racism was wrong back in the day, but somehow it's right today. And then don't get me started about our information centers. The media, there's nothing unbiased about reporting. It's all about identity and one-sided reporting. Social media, that's where Anonymous fights the revolution behind a keyboard and cancels those whose difference in opinion or their narrative is not being suited. Freedom, we're free as long as we don't think and as long we don't push to live our own lives. We, the people, to steal a line from our cousins south of the 49 parallel. We, the people, but the people need to wake up and know what the people want. The people need to wake up and realize it is together as humans, we are having this experience that involves the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. So what say you, the people? Do we choose tyranny, an act or pattern of harshness, cruel, unfair control over said people? Or do we choose a republic, a system where people can choose their rulers in a peaceful manner, and government is not a right, but they're there to ensure what the people were born with? I say it's a choice that I leave to you. Or maybe we're already living the first choice. End of piece.
Talk that talk, roll. They don't want to hear it, but talk it anyway. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love.
Yeah,
Woo,
man.
woo.
Great
That was
job,
hot.
Raul.
Hot, hot, brother.
Great work.
That was
Wow,
hot. You hear
that
me?
was a powerful
Yeah.
piece,
That was
man.
powerful. That
Thank
was
you,
dope.
friend.
That was
Thanks.
dope. Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you, Roll, for
Awesome.
and for sharing, telling the truth, encouraging us to think for ourselves, right? There's a lot of information out there. There's a little bit for everyone, right? So make sure you do your research before you ingest everything that comes across your eyes and senses. All right. Thank you, Roll, for being here. Make sure y'all check them out. Remember, Roll is hosting and Ed is featuring, right? So if you want to know more about what I'm talking about, Roll is about to put his information right in the chat, and you're going to follow Roll, and then you're going to follow them to wherever they go, okay? Thank you. That is the plan. We have made it, friends, to the good luck round. I'm super excited. The lineup is popping, if I do say so myself. The first person open it up will prove that to you. And only the way that Ngoma can. Please unmute yourself, Ngoma. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up, people? How y'all doing? So since I'm so late, I'm gonna try to do a poem and a song. Let's see if I can get that done. The poem is from my book, I Didn't Come Here to Tap Dance. And I wrote it, it's called On the Day the Pope Died. And I actually wrote it on the day the Pope died, not the last one, but the one before him. Sometime it must have been around 98 or 99. Anyway, on the day the Pope died, no one knew that he'd been dead since before 9/11. No one told you. No one paid enough attention to push him over. Obviously not crusaders praying to Jesus while bombing mosques. They say he was a man of peace, admonished by St. Laurent Hill for the sins of pedophile priests. Gas prices rising like the flames of soul dying for oil, and the lies about those weapons of mass destruction yet to be found. Tsunamis rage like the tears of the planet, wounded and ravaged by a raped ecology as water becomes the next commodity. It wasn't on the Disney Channel, so don't look on Fox 5 or Hot 97, where misled hip-hoppers pimp Coca-Cola and labor leaders disappear from Colombia, where the peso is worth even less than the dollar. Did the evangelicals tell you in church on Sunday that Social Security has been hijacked by gangsters, the Christians that lied and stole 2 elections? So on the day the Pope died, the most impoverished people in the land, who are mostly black, beige, and brown, still genuflect to a white man. Heads bowed, kneeling on the ground, giving their hard-earned cash to the richest men on earth while the kingdom of heaven is within. So on the day the Pope died, the truly faithful cried and gave praise to Mary, the Black Madonna, otherwise known as Isis, marched into the street bearing death symbols, turned their backs to the Vatican for not excommunicating Hitler, opened their closets and burned sage to exorcise demons, set fire to fascists disguised as Republicans, fanned the coals while channeling Phoenix. On the day the Pope died, El Salvadoran martyrs were still not vindicated. Archbishop Romero turned in his grave as the death of Sister Dorothy Stang of Brazil is being investigated, and the conspiracy of murder continues against peasants protecting the rainforest. Angels of justice guard brave priests like Reverend Leclerc and Sandoval as they preach the theology of liberation in a land that is evil and hostile. So on the day the Pope died, it seemed as if no one had been listening, as millions of oppressed nationalities left the earth for man-made diseases while coat hangers returned for those seeking abortions. Still, Mumia Abu Jamal sits on death row, and our children suffer death from McDonald's trying to pay back student loans with salaries from Starbucks, dreaming of making a living on Def Jam, coming to the country doing open mics and poetry slams, still realizing the dreams turn into a nightmare as Def Jam poets line up for welfare. So on the day the Pope died, we pray for a new regime that truly reflects a culture of life, where the strong will truly protect the weak, as bells ring in the Vatican, sending vibrations throughout the planet for the true liberation of the human spirit.
All right. And maybe I think maybe we'll just keep it to one piece tonight, just to want to make sure we get to everybody.
Okay.
It's okay, but certainly that was already hitting. You already hitting us over the head with that. Okay, please unmute yourselves and give Ngoma some love.
Oh yeah.
Oh, oh my, powerful.
Great
Yeah.
work. I really
Wonderful.
like
Very
that.
powerful piece.
Yeah. Very powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you for being here as always and sharing your gifts. Y'all got to make sure you come back when Ngoma is here because he plays all the instruments. I know he was just, reaching for that guitar, but don't let him fool you. Like that's all he played, because it's not. Because he reached somewhere else and the violin come out, and he reached over here and under his leg, and a didgeridoo, a whole didgeridoo will come out from under. I'm telling y'all, it's true. It's true. I'm telling you. You think I'm making stuff up? It's the facts, okay? Thank you for being here and going and sharing your gifts. The next person up on the good luck round is Shocky G. Please unmute yourself. Do your thing.
Right. Piece I'm going to do tonight is called Spare. They say it is rude to ask a woman for her age, but this woman wears her age like battle scars, tries to cover them up, but I am an 80s baby. I know the stench of addiction like my backhand. I have seen eyes hold rubies more times than I can count, watch them roll back into empty thoughts. I am not proud to admit. I knew the spaces and sidewalks before I knew how to walk. She asked if I could spare $1 for a slice of pizza. And I know she don't want food. She had a craving for a hunger I cannot fix. But somewhere along the roadmap in her arms, I saw my mother, teetering between sobriety and death, thinking I could spare $1 but could not spare a life, searching my pockets for the wrong kind of change, to place in her wishing well hands as if I believe in miracles, but ain't prayers wishes too. If my body is a temple, she is an abandoned church waiting for God's return. I remember kneeling in the pews of my mother's mistakes, sipping communion from her lips, a bittersweet promise that never came to be. And look at us, both sharing pipe dreams. At what age do you stop believing fairy tales?
Ooh, I'm over here just stalking you. I'm sure you can hear a little bit of your voice because if you guys don't know, I usually video a little bit of your performance so all the world can see how wonderful you are. Please unmute yourselves and don't let me be the only one to tell Shocky that that was amazing. Go ahead and unmute yourselves and let him know.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
That was
That hit my
amazing.
heart.
It was
Something.
great to
Yeah.
hear you.
Thank you so
Shock
much.
is
Yes,
that form of
absolutely.
addiction. Was everything.
Yes.
Such a
It was
badass
everything.
shot.
It was so real. It was so genuine. I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah, that hit my heart. Something fierce. That
Beautiful.
was beautiful.
Hey,
Yes, it was beautiful.
moving the room as only Shocky can do. We're glad to have you. Glad that you got up on the good luck round to bless us with that work. Please put your information in the chat so the folks can follow you. Shocky's doing a lot of things. She's doing a lot of things. Was recently on a podcast with Shocky and a few other members of our community, talking about being allies in the LGBTQIA community. So please make sure you get down so you can learn if you don't know. Ain't no shame in learning if you don't know, right? All right. Next person up to bless us is Mark Colby, hanging in there with us. Glad that you are here this evening. Please unmute yourself and do your thing.
Thank you. This was last week, and it's called Taste the Air. I drove at high speed on a cloudy day that was rather humid and warm for winter. Drove between harvested fields, soy and corn stubble, and black dirt. Remnants of windblown snow, icy white, and dirty piles along the ditches at the edge of fields rolling to horizon. I thought, been thinking, can't seem to stop thinking about war in Ukraine, war that put to rest any idea that anybody but the oligarchy runs everything in every country. I thought of the military personnel in Ukraine, how they were victims like the millions enslaved throughout history, like millions enslaved, raped, mutilated, exterminated in my own country by my own leaders. Lately, I kept hoping the president would say to his Russian counterpart that we live in new times, that we no longer exterminate people whenever we feel like it, that the president would say that leaders no longer send their citizens to death for no reason except that they felt like it. I kept waiting for our president to say those days were over, but I never heard him say that. Today, while driving through one of the breadbasket farmlands of the planet, I kept holding my breath, not from the herbicides, the pesticides, the chemical fertilizers. I was holding my breath from all the explosions in Ukraine as I imagined soldiers blown up, citizens blown apart and burned to ash in puffs of smoke. I thought of their ash floating around the world. I imagined the ash of the dead in every breath I breathe. I thought the president should have at least told everybody to stop breathing. Now that's something every oligarch could agree with. I'll take little breaths now. Maybe I will not smell the death I breathe. Maybe I will not taste the dead.
Wow, that was beautiful and powerful. Please, please unmute yourselves and give Mark some.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
It was a wonderful piece.
Nice, Mark.
Nice imagery.
Powerful piece, bro. Powerful.
Yeah.
Oof. Beautiful, beautiful. I think Poetek said it best. First of all, shout out to Japan. But peace, peace, that's what we need. Thank you for the reminder, Mark, and for sticking it out with us so that we got a chance to hear that piece on the Good Luck round. We're glad to have you and glad to have you coming back each Thursday to share. That is a beautiful thing. Thank you. All right, next person up to brighten up our space a little bit is Sunshine. Doesn't that make sense? Since that's her name, you know? Sunshine, I'm asking you to unmute yourself, do your thing. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you for having me. Man, people been going crazy today, so yeah, I'm gonna try to give some energy. Y'all giving me life. Thank you. Cool. So this piece is inspired by orb weaver spiders. So the interesting thing about them is like the women are 10 times the size of the men, and during intercourse, the woman eats her mates while they getting it in, and after like round one, he'll be like half eaten, but he always comes back to get like finished off. So yeah. So I was telling my friend about it. He's like, "Oh, you sound like a simp." So I was like, "Poem necessary." Sounds like a simp to me. Raggedy ass, selfless ass, ain't got shit going on in his life ass nigga. 6 foot tall with a shrimp dick, midget dick, trying to get pegged, begging to get pegged, praying and paying to get pegged by a stallion looking ass nigga. Her phone probably died while texting me back looking ass nigga. You buy her a portable charger each time she leave you on red as nigga. You pay her rent but ain't allowed to watch her premium snaps as nigga. You bought her a webcam to scam online but can't video call her as nigga. Caught her stealing while you was sleeping but quickly wrote her a check as nigga. Walk her to her ex house and make sure they both fed looking ass nigga. You tell her, as long as I'm here, you always will be fed. You slice out, you let her slice out your kidneys while you give her head. You stay licking the box clean while your ass bled and she leaving your ass dead. She say, just keep kissing it till your ass dead. Just keep licking it till your ass dead. Long gone ancestors reaching out their hand for you to be led, but you're too busy watching her suck every drop that you bled, and now she's nibbling on your head. You sure know how to keep a bitch fed. Too faded for anything to be said, eyes going gone, all you can see is red. You smile knowing that you got your baby fed, and thinking about the day, the moment that you both met, and how forever in her you'll always be in bed. Last words you tell her is, as long as I'm here, you always will be fed. Long as I'm here, you always will be fed. Thank you.
Poor Spider-Man. Who knew Spider-Man was gonna go down like this? Thank you for sharing that with us. Please unmute yourselves and give us some love.
Wonderful.
Thanks for reading.
Yeah.
That hit me. Unexpected.
Hit me too. Poor guy. Poor guy. Listen, it's a wild world out there, folks. Okay? Get it in at your own risk. Okay? Thank you, Sunshine, for bringing us some energy. You accomplished that for sure. We appreciate you for being here. Glad we got you on the good luck round for that new shit. We appreciate it. Yes. Tell your friend, thank you for being encouraging. We love that. All right. Next person up. Ooh, I'm excited. This is a new friend of ours. First time here. So y'all know what to do when she's done. So free spirit, as you've seen, since you are here for the first time, I just want you to know that no matter how you think this went, there's going to be love on the other side waiting for you. Okay? So welcome, welcome. Please unmute yourself and do your thing.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Hi. Oh my God, I heard so many great poems tonight. It's really inspirational to my soul to be on here because when I saw it on Instagram, the chime in, the opportunity. Thank you, Ray, for accepting, and I signed up immediately. I didn't even know I was gonna be doing this. I I signed up to be the background like listener, But thank you for the opportunity. And man, you all did an awesome job. I mean, we all can relate to so much, with each other's work of art. And it's just been a blessing. I heard about New York Rican over the years from people from New York, and I never been. I'm like Gemini Fox. I had never been there, and I've always heard great things. So thank you for allowing me to be on this virtual. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a native of Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, and I also have, if you can hear me, I will be reading from my book, The Salacious Tongue, which is an erotica spoken word. And thank you. And you can find me on Amazon as well. And I will drop those information links inside the chat. So I'm not going to take long. I'm just going to read one piece from the book, if you all don't mind. Yes, The Salacious Tongue. This poem is titled The Secret Mirage. My private fantasy is an illustrated picture without the mirror image of an actual picture, but it is a mirror image of you and I. I feel myself losing me inside of you. So what shall I do? The hidden metaphors are flowing submissively through our old but new hearts. So would you please come and search me diligently for them and make sure that nothing or no one could tear us apart. No one will ever keep us apart, our secret mirage. Excuse me. Once the secret mirage has been discovered, it is so to be shared adventurously and comfortably between the two of us in our sacred room called life. The erotic and exotic expressions, the quiet moments, and the real talk is a turn on for our inside love. So climb on top of me and look down into my beautiful and intimidating eyes and search for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that's corresponding inside of our soul's anatomy. I can almost taste your tongue inside my mind when you breathe into my nostrils. I want to recycle my spirit inside of yours bodaciously so that you can feel how weak my uterus get in the heat of passion. Your touch made me sigh in a way that no one or no one else can imagine. We are connected together in a special realm to instill the patience and humility that keeps us strong during our adversities. I know that we would never break, bend, or untie knots to satisfy or entertain any foolish thought. Too many countless days and hours has passed us by, but at least we can honestly say that we really gave it a try, quietly kept the secret mirage. Free Spirit has spoken. Thank you.
Yes, free spirit. I'm so happy that you came and you pushed and you said, you know what? I'm gonna give this thing a shot. Okay, please unmute yourselves and give free spirit some love with that.
Whoa, free spirit has spoken. Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the Neo.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
One of us.
Appreciate
One of
it.
us.
One of us.
Thank you. I appreciate
Absolutely, one of
everyone.
us.
It's a pleasure. And I didn't want to get too intense with the other erotica stuff, but maybe next time I will.
Yes, please. Don't be shy, because we're not. We're not. You know, we play like we are, but as soon as you see that mic in front of us, it's a whole new thing. Okay, so don't be afraid to burst out of that shell. Let us know. I know the middle of that book is probably real deep. We want to know the middle poem, the one in the middle. Okay, the one where Grandma stopped reading it. Right there, that one right there. So every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, you have somewhere to be, somewhere to share, somewhere where you are welcome, and the folks are excited to have you. Thank you for joining us. Please put your information in the chat and do check the chat because the folks are giving you some love in there. As we say, don't leave any behind. It's all for you. Okay? All right. So we have got to the last performer. We got 3 minutes left. And voice volumes will be sharing screen. So I am going to allow you to do so. All you got to do is go ahead and share your screen whenever you are ready and go ahead and unmute yourself, voice volume.
Hey, beautiful people. Oh, wait. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Make sure my microphone is still on. First of all, thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to make it into the good luck round by the skin of my teeth once again. And just everybody just did such a beautiful job tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to comment on anybody's pieces. I'm here tending to my babies, so no free hands at the moment. But I wanted to share before the night was out, so thank you. Okay. Chasing shadows, curvature in silhouettes, my frame etched and forever cemented. I stand in darkness, shadow casts its own image as I shade your doorway. I stand watch over you in slumber and cascade behind you in life and light. You feel my presence, fight acknowledgement. You know I'm here, and yet you don't reach for nor touch me. I watch and wonder, or 'cause you claim to want me, love me, but choose to imprison me within your mind's abyss. I want out. It's dark and lonely here, and yet fear becomes a prison. You've kept us locked out of love, threw away the key, extinguished the light. Illumination becomes the answer.
Yes, that was wonderful. We love to get some images. You know what? When y'all shake it up, y'all don't think y'all understand how much we love that, right? Please unmute yourselves and give Voice Volume some love for that.
Woo!
That was nice. I really enjoyed
That was
that.
so beautiful.
Wonderful, really beautiful.
Very nice.
I love the slideshow.
Thank you guys.
Very welcome. We're glad you made it in by the teeth as well. You know, whatever it was, the teeth, the nose, the brows, we don't care. However you slid in, we are glad that you made it. Glad that all of you made it. Thank you for being here. This is our Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host at It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE. We are here every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to get on the guaranteed list next time around, you will sign up 24 hours ahead of time. So that means if we spitting on Thursday night, you are signing up on Wednesday night at the newyourekan.org. Full events calendar. Pick the Thursday of choice. And the most important part is pick artist ticket. Okay, we've been working out the kinks and the bugs so that every time you guys come at 9 p.m., we're hoping you don't have any trouble with sign up. And if you do or you forget all of that, come through anyway. As you can see, we have space on the good luck round and we will make space for you. So the same way that we come in is the same way that we leave. So if we came in with love, then that's how we're going to leave. So I will ask you to unmute yourselves and invite you to throw your love into the atmosphere. Yell something that you want somebody else to hear, that you need to hear to get through this last day of the week. Okay, if it is your last day of the week, if it's not, whatever's going to get you through to your resting time. And I will be counting down from 10 to 1 with 10 things I want you to take with you until we meet again next Thursday. So please unmute yourselves and let your love be free.
Love all y'all.
Keep writing.
Yeah.
Keep writing.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone ever tell you that you're not enough.
Legend.
Yes,
Much love.
Thank you.
yes, much love and respect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Much
Thank
love
you
and
for having
Stay
respect.
me.
beautiful.
Beautiful art.
I
Beautiful
appreciate
art.
all of you.
Beautiful art.
Keep flowing, family. Remember, we're all in this together, man.
Thank unity. Thank you. Yes. Amen.
Thank you for respecting the mic, everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna let that one rock. 3, you know,
Yes.
you found
Thanks, Ray J. Thanks for being you.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity and thank everyone for showing me love.
You're welcome. Number 2, this is where you come for that love. Number 1, love yourself first.
Love the earrings, Larry Jane.
You know,
Really
Black
cool.
girl magic. That's
Black
how
girl magic. Yeah, they're so cool.
Thank y'all for being here. We love you. Take the love with you and come back with it for us. All right?
Peace.
Peace. Ron, take us out of here.